Oh, good Lord. Oh. Then I can't hear myself, but I still can't hear myself, so I don't know. I don't know. Hello. Hello, hello. Alright, so I have no idea if there's any volume or if anybody can hear me. Okay, that's great. Alright, I see the dots moving, so hopefully that means my microphone is working. Take these stupid things off for now. Hello. So, I'm deciding what to do about my channel. I just have no clue. None whatsoever on what I want to do. I don't get a lot of views when I do my crafting videos. And I know, like right now, I know that one person is live and everybody's watching her. A lot of the crafters watch her. So I won't get many views because of that. Let's see, try this down just a bit. And I know I'm not consistent on doing videos, but it's honestly because nobody seems to watch them. The last time I did a live stream, 2 people came in and hello, Hazel. That's how, yeah. Can you hear me okay? Because for some reason I can't hear. Well, I mean, I guess it's a good thing I can't hear myself, but thank God. Anyway, it's basically I don't know what to do with my channel. I can't get views when I do crafting stuff. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I love the paranormal. I thought about just totally switching gears and doing paranormal stuff. I don't know if that would get me any more views or if I'd lose almost all my subscribers. To tell the truth, I've been having panic attacks every time I go to do a crafting video because, like I was saying, sorry, I'm emptying my ashtray. Like I was saying, the last crafting video I did, I got all excited because I had more than 2 people in it. But a fight broke out, so then, you know, that just bites. So, yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Like, I know one YouTuber right now, she goes live that does crafts. She goes live every day at digital photography, and I want to do videos. I took business, ethic, public speaking. Oh, cool. Yeah, like for the crafting community, it's a great community, but when you have people who are very loyal to certain people, then you're not going to get views. And my schedule is, you know, my son doesn't get off till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't understand banners. I don't understand thumbnails. I can't even figure out how to do a flipping link. I started a Facebook page for this channel, and I have to go in after every video and then upload my Facebook page to link it to this. And in that 2 months, no, maybe longer than 2 months. Anyway, in that entire time, besides me and the girl who did it, I had 2 people join. And I mean, it's just not. Sorry. See, I have to get some cards. I lost my cards. Somebody broke into my truck the other night. Stole my protection stuff. It's just been one thing after another. Because see, that's what I would love to do is card readings and stuff. And hey, Joey, because the crafting just isn't going anywhere anymore. I don't want to have to fight with everything. I joined YouTube because, well, I lost my job and I'm home all day. I told myself I wasn't going to do this. I thought it would help with my panic attacks and stuff. I try not to be. It's just when I did just regular 15-minute videos, nobody watched those except for like 2 or 3 people. Then when I would do my live streams, I get 2 or 3 people. And then if I do get more than 2 to 3 people, then people want to show their arse during it. And it's just like, it's not worth it. My instant just, sorry, hold on. There goes my flipping chat. YouTube sucks sometimes. Yes, YouTube, I said you suck. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to do live chat. That might help, huh? Oh, flipping ducks. Come on. It's just hard, you know, to know what you want to do. It seems like every time I come on YouTube to do a live stream, my chat goes, oh God, you can tell I'm not getting any sleep. Oh, I look horrible. Hi, Ron. How are you? I'm so. Hey, Jennifer. Like, I watch, I don't know. I guess where I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. I've been watching, oh, good Lord. Her name just went Frances something Kitty. Oh my God. My mind just went blank. I've been watching a lot of her and Patty and Misguided Road Trip and I'm passionate about, card reading and stuff like that. My passion is paranormal. I do like doing arts and crafts and stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to build a haunted trailer. Uh, I got part of it done. I'll show you. I got the outside. Oh, look at the glare. I got the outside done. And I've got the flooring done. And then that'll be the opening to get into it. That's only taken me 3 weeks because I've just been blah. Yeah, I'm kicking myself. Oh my God. The other day I'm driving down the road and I saw a dollhouse sitting on the side of the road. And I was like, oh, that looks so crappy. And I'm so kicking myself because it would have made the perfect haunted dollhouse. And nope, I just drove right past it. Yeah, I would love to do card readings. Like I said, I don't have my cards anymore, though. I've got to save up the money to get them. I want to get into the pendulum. That's gone as well. I had a whole paranormal kit. And I should say, when you make friends with the wrong person, uh, things happen. And yeah, so I had a lot of stuff stolen. So I had to start all over. But, I'm okay with that. It'll just take me a while. I was hoping to sell some stuff to maybe get me started again. No, I don't have a PayPal account. I don't even know how to set one up. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I told my husband, I said, out of all the stuff they took, I wish they'd have took more of the craft stuff. I know that's mean. I know that's a weird way to look at it. I've got so much junk laying around that I need to get rid of. I was like, they could have stole half of my craft supplies and I never would have known. Yeah, it's like the other night I was in Francis's live stream and we were talking about, it was weird because the night before I had went out to my truck and I thought I saw somebody in my truck, so I turned on my truck lights. There was nobody in my truck. The next night, when I left to get my son from work, my dream catcher I had made, and I had a bag about this size and maybe a little bit smaller than this, and it had a couple of crystals in it, and it had my sage stick that I always keep with me because I had been doing a paranormal investigation at my friend's house, and I had saged her house and stuff. So all that was in there, and they took all that, and then, sorry, something just bit the pea snot out of me. Uh, that, and they took my sunglasses and busted them on my seat. So I'm thinking it's the so-called friend, but yeah. I say the neighborhood I live in isn't known to have people that come. It's just this kind of stuff doesn't happen. You can leave your doors unlocked, you can leave your cars unlocked, and nobody's going to bother you. That's why I'm leaning towards the friend. Well, I was freaked because I thought they took my lavender sash. My aunt that I just found out I had an aunt a couple of years ago in England. Uh, she had sewn me a lavender sash that I keep in my truck, and I was, when I saw that the other stuff was missing, that's the first thing I looked for, but that was still in there. Yeah, when you research, you almost always know who did it, and I'm 99.9% sure of who took my stuff. Sorry. My nerves, so I smoke when I'm nervous. But yeah, I was thinking about going with a different direction, doing the crafts every once in a while, but I want to get into the card reading, the pendulum and stuff. Yep. Well, this person's done. I hate to say I'm a sucker, but I believe in giving people a second chance, and I should have known that this person, yeah, just I shouldn't have done it. I mean, everything was saying no, 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 and I was just like, but it'll be okay. Yeah. Well, I know mine wasn't for taken for that stuff, but uh, I think it was more a revenge thing, which I'm okay with. I'm trying to think of where I've met everybody. Rod was in Francis's last night. I believe Hazel. Is that where I met you, Hazel? Was in Francis. I know I met Rod last night in hers. I'm usually pretty good. Jennifer, I met in Emily's, I believe. Yeah, Francis's live stream was really impressive. Yeah, she was she does Spirit Box. She does she just got a cool laser pen, the laser grid pen off of Wish. So now I have to save up and get a laser pen because that was just too cool. It was either there or at Lou Rock because I love Lou Rock. Crap, it could have been Omar's. I like Omar too. I've been paranormal binging here lately. Yeah, last night she was doing the K2 meter. That was sweet. I have tried doing Instagram. I have tried doing Twitter. And my phone is stupid. I cannot get it to download to my phone. See, I don't know if I have Boomer Rock here. I need a mod. There. Screw it. I know you're good people too, because you're okay. I don't know if I have Boomer. I don't know if I'm sub to Boomer. I hear everybody and Danny. Who is Danny that they kept talking about last night? And her and Francis's. Everybody says Danny's a good guy too. I don't think I'm sub to him. Oh my gosh, Jennifer. That's hard. Now, see, I tried selling Avon too. I live in a small town. I was taking my, she was a friend of mine at the time. I was going to take her route over. And, yeah, Avon's just not a big thing here. Okay. There's like so many Avon sellers right here in I live in a town called Seymour, Tennessee, and there is not, there's nothing to see, but there is like 3 Avon sellers and 4 Mary Kay sellers in almost every subdivision around us. You're welcome. I wasn't sure if Jennifer was still here. Oh, that's Danny's channel. I'll have to, go to it after the stream because I can't click on the link now, right? That's so sad, Jennifer. I'm so sorry. I know when me and my friend were selling it, like I said, we live in Seymour. She actually had Dollywood. I'm sure you all have heard of Dollywood. I know your name. I know it. I'm going to remember it. Okay, well, I'm just going to say hi, Kilburn, because my mind went. Yeah, she had the Dollywood theme park, and okay, Christina. Oh gosh, I knew. I started to say Christina, and I was like, nope, that's not her. If I accidentally call you Sunshine, it's because my cousin Christina changed her name to Sunshine. So just know I still know who you are. But yeah, she had the Dollywood theme park, and we made good money when we were selling Avon. But when the people found out that she was going to give the route to me, every one of them canceled their orders. They said they wouldn't, that another lady was selling in the park, so they would just go to her. And I was like, great, because the Avon wasn't worth selling because she only had 3 other customers other than the Dolly Parton theme park. So I was like, it's not worth it. Just tell them you're not selling anymore. And I thought about getting into making jewelry again and selling it, but I have to get a PayPal account, which, yeah, Mary Kay, that's one thing. Nobody wants to hold parties anymore. Used to, you could, if you just said you were selling Mary Kay, people would be all over you going, oh, I want a party. Oh, I want a party. I just think everything's so online now that, but yeah, I was thinking about starting to make jewelry again and maybe sell that through PayPal or something. I don't know. I told my husband, I said, I just want to make enough money to get what I need for my card readings and stuff like that. Everything else, I like doing the flashlights. The battery's in this one. But where you take the flashlights and you open them just a little bit so that they can communicate with the flashlights. Love doing that. I've had great results with that. I do have a funny story. My my friend's house that I did the investigation at, I had a camcorder going, a digital camera going. She had a camcorder going. We had borrowed her dad's digital recorder, and oh, that's cool. And it literally fried my digital camera, and it fried my camcorder. We lost everything. The only thing that worked was her camcorder was still working, and her dad's digital recorder was still working. And the only thing we got was you could hear a woman singing. But when I say it fried, it melted the SIM card in my camera where you couldn't get it out or anything. And she goes, I think your camcorder's on fire. And I'm like, what do you mean my camcorder's? I mean, it was a 2-month-old camcorder, and I pulled it away from me, and smoke was just coming out of it. And I'm like, well, okay, well, that's interesting. Oh, cool. See, I thought about doing that too, where I see all these people selling their craft stuff on YouTube, and I know a lot of them go, just pay me through PayPal. Yeah, I have to get PayPal so that I can do that. But my husband did buy me a new digi recorder, so I've got that. Because I've got a lot of stamp sets I'm never going to use. They're just sitting here. A lot of it's stamping up stuff, and I'm not going to use it, so it might as well go to somebody else. The interested and passionate about is making dream catchers and stuff like that. That's for protection. Other than the jewelry, I just like making all kinds of jewelry, which I think I'm going to start doing that. I had bought this one girl's whole collection of Stampin' Up products, and they're basically just sitting here going to waste. Yeah, the friend's house that I was at that all that stuff happened at, her family owns another house. 4 different paranormal teams have been begging to be let into this house. I even asked, and the family's like, no, no one else is ever going in this house again. The one team that they did let go in the house, it was so bad that they said they would never go back. But I'm like, I want to go. If it's that bad, I want to go. We did do a night investigation outside the house. And you could hear the stuff. You could hear people walking around in the house. The house is an older home. I think she says 1800s, late 1800s. I know they do that too. They can. Especially if you don't cleanse them. Which I have to cleanse mine again. Just take out the web. When you made them, did you use the sinew, or did you make authentic? I mean, I know you said you're Native American, so when I do mine, I use the sinew. When when I make them, I normally use the stone beads, like tiger eye or something like that, the jade and stuff like that. But the guy I was buying all my stuff from, he up in my best friend, it was her house, and then her family owns another house. They own property next to a cemetery. Oh, I wish I knew where my bead box was. Before this guy went out of business, I just fell in love with their beads about this big, and I didn't realize they were bone beads. And he said that he carved them all himself. And so after he said that, I refused to put them in because it was for a dream catcher for somebody else. And I'm like, oh, no, I got to make one for me. But yeah, I forgot about the bone beads. I did do a couple with bone beads. I like the ones with the wind chimes on them too. Those did really well for a while. I was trying to find my bag of crystals. They turned up missing, but I did find. Let's see if I can get that lot. That lot. Ah! I don't think the. Let me see. Oh. I don't know if that is going to. Oh, the color is not going to show up on here. Frogs. This is an arrowhead that I actually found. I can't remember. I found it in the Carolinas, but it's not made. I don't know what kind of stone it's made out of. It's black with brown in it. Yeah, because that tells you all. Let me see if I can. Where'd my flashlight go? Sorry, my lighting sucks. I don't know if that. Oh, come on. Nope, that don't help. Oh, a little. Yeah, it kind of looks like onyx, but then it has like brown in it. Hey, that's nice description, yeah. But I found that at least they didn't get now my light's all wonky. At least they didn't get this, so. And they didn't get my tiger eye bracelet, which. It is all tiger eye stone, little pearl, tiger eye pearls, and then the thing. Yeah, my descriptions are so great, aren't they? Yeah, I was thinking about making a pendulum out of my arrowhead. I thought that might be cool. I had a bag of crystals. I had it was my ghost hunting kit. My crystals were all stolen. My sage was stolen. My blessed cross, my holy water, a couple of flashlights. It was stuff I had in my truck. I'm pretty sure I know. I'm almost 100% positive I know who did it. But you know, it is what it is. I believe in karma. And I believe you reap what you sow, and I'm, you know. Oh, thank you. The flashlights were just Dollar Tree flashlights, so that's not that big of a deal. Um, but the crystals were some that different people who were important to me had gotten me. And it's like the memories can't be replaced. I mean, the crystals can, but the memories can't. Yeah, that's what my mind just, I've got so much going on right now. There was a powwow going on here a couple of years back, and I took it, and yeah, I knew what you meant in case somebody else didn't. I took it to the powwow with me because when I first found it, the energy that came off of this was like, I don't know how to explain it, like really intense. So I wanted a shot. Sorry, I just realized you could see through parts of it. I do believe it's onyx. If that told it, and I froze, told me that that's what he thought it was for. But I just love it because you can see the chisel marks in it, or the straight. That's what I call it, chisel marks, where they hand did it. But it's not going to show up on camera, which really, really irks me. And putting it any closer just doesn't work. Yeah. It almost looks like smoked quartz or smoked onyx in places, but then the rest of it's completely black. But the tip here is like smoked. Like, that's the only way I know how to explain it. You know, I don't think I've seen Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, is that the one with the mockingbird? You can tell that I don't watch very many movies. Game of Thrones. I think that's the Mockingbird chick, right? Is that the Mockingbird chick? Game of Thrones, Rod? Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Whoever gave it to me. I got one. Yeah, I haven't watched TV in a year. I lost my job a year ago. So my son said that he would pay for the cable and the internet and the house phone because that's what I paid. But we decided that it was just way too much money. So we had the house phone turned off. We had the cable turned off. The only thing we kept was internet. And I don't. What's my favorite food? Oh, I like Reuben's, sandwich wise. Then my next favorite would be lasagna. Bye, Christina. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, I love to cook too. I just learned how to make homemade bread. My dad's a baker, so he's teaching me that. You know, since I don't work anymore, I can do that. But I like baking. I like cooking. The family tells me that if they have a special request for a meal, they want my lasagna. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, this baggie right here. I opened it and I'm like, this had smoked quartz in it. It had an amethyst in it, and it had a big chunk of I don't remember. It was it tiger eye? Tiger eye, I think. And yeah, it's empty. They got it. They left this. It's just a little bead that came off of a rosary that I had at one time that I kept in that bag. For some reason, they left it. Ooh, tacos. Yes, tacos. I love tacos. Enchiladas. I like enchiladas. Crap, I forgot about that. Those are all good. Tacos, enchiladas, and pizza. Yeah. I bet you I can teach you a recipe and you can bake. And then you can never say you can't bake again. Do you like cookies? It takes 3 ingredients. 4 if you add chocolate chips. But you take a box. I know, food, right? Oh, yeah, this isn't leaving my side anymore. My dad just taught me the best cookie recipe because I was trying to make the cookies off of the Toll House cookie package, and they didn't look like cookies. It turned into one big cookie. I do not. I would probably know what that last word if I heard it. Where do you live? Because I want to come to your house and eat, because that sounds really good. Green chili enchiladas. Oh, love, 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 love. And I love Spanish rice and beans. Like, basically, I like Mexican food. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I want to go to Hazel's house. I mean, that just sounds yummy. I'm definitely going to have to check it out. Except everybody, and I've been trying to play catch up with a lot of people's videos, so I'm definitely going to have to check out your cooking videos. Oh, that sounds good. Speaking of cookies, I need to make more cookies. Oh, good Lord, you made a casserole on top of that? Ugh. All right, Jennifer. Green chip brick. Apparently, snapping at your screen makes it unfreeze. Just know that. Okay, it worked this time. In New Mexico. Oh, yeah. I will head right there. I'll definitely watch it because I love enchiladas and I need to know how to make them. My dad made tamales. What else do I cook? Let's see. I like baking. I do cakes and cookies. Love making cheesecakes. I'll try anything once. I'll cook anything once. My menu is limited because my husband thinks he's allergic to vegetables. So he only eats corn and peas. Oh, and potatoes. That's it. So there's not really a whole lot of recipes out there for just those three things. I like making tamales. But the last time my dad and I made tamales, I let him mix up the masa, and he didn't do it right, so you got lard. So I can't let him do that again. Tamales? I don't know when the next time is I'll make them. But if the next time we make them, I'll see if he'll let me film them. We do it at his house because he's got all the big equipment. Ooh. See, I can't. Now, is red chili super spicy? Or is that like just a smoky? I have to stop biting my lip. I do that a lot. Because I can't do super spicy mix where I had my gallbladder taken out. I've not been able to do spicy. Oh, well, if kids will eat them, then I could eat them. So where all do you investigate at, Rod? I'm in Seymour, Tennessee. It's a rinky-dink place. I'm between Knoxville, Tennessee, and almost everybody's heard of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. So I'm like smack dab in the middle of them. Everywhere. When did y'all see when Patty? I don't know if y'all watch Patty from G Team when they came up to Tennessee. You know, I didn't even know that logging camp was up here. I've been here since I was 13 and had no clue that was here. So I'm wanting to go up there and do an investigation sometime. Oh, wow. I lived in Indiana for a year on a reservation, and that was a lot of fun. I don't even, can someone see how many subscribers I have? I don't know how many I have now. I forgot to look before I went live. I just went live on a hunch. Hi, Francis. Oh, I feel so honored. Yeah, I was having an epiphany today, kind of upset, and I was like, I want to change focus on my channel and start doing kind of like what you do, and Patty and all them doing card readings, EVPs, and stuff like that. Because this whole crafting thing's not working for me. When I was in Indiana, I went to my first powwow. And this is kind of a bittersweet memory I'm going to share with you all. Yeah, I had that's what I was just telling him. My deck of cards are gone. Yeah, most of my stuff is gone. Yeah, I'll have to hook up on all these links after the live stream so that I can do it. But when I was in Indiana, I went to my very first powwow, and a friend of mine took me, and we'd been there about 10 minutes, and my friend come up to me, and his name was he went by Todd, but his given name, which I never understood why he went by Todd, was his last name was, it was, I'm sorry, I'm just having one of those moments. Anyway, Todd came up to me and he said, my grandfather wants to speak to you. And I was like, okay. And he said, stand here and give me a few minutes. I'm like, okay. So I'm standing there, and he says, okay, he'll see you now. And I'm like, okay. And so I go into this beautiful tent. That's not what they're called. Your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try to connect you. Okay. Can you all hear me? Hello? Hello? Okay, it's YouTube being a butt. Okay. So I go into this beautiful tent, and there is this older gentleman, and he's all decked out. And I had, as soon as I walked in, goosebumps all over me. And he said, sit down. I'm like, okay. So I sit down, and he said, from here on out, you'll be known as Shadow Walker. And I just kind of looked at him, and I didn't say anything. And he goes, your brave will bring you nothing but heartache. And I looked at him and I said, what brave? And he said, the one you're carrying. I did not even know I was pregnant when I saw him. And I'm like, okay. And he said, be true to yourself and your spirit guides. I'm like, okay. And true to yourself and your spirit guides. I'm like, okay. And he said, he gave me a blessing, and he said, okay, you can go, you can leave now. And I'm like, okay. So I left. 5 minutes later, my friend Todd came up to me, and he said, that was my grandfather. He's the shaman of our tribe. And he goes, just so you know, he just passed away. I'm like, do what? I was the last person he spoke to. And my friend Todd said that he had been waiting for me to show up all day. And I was like, that is so weird. I said, he just told me I was pregnant. And I went to the doctor's the next day, and I was 4.5 months pregnant and had no clue. None whatsoever. Didn't have any symptoms until the day that his grandfather, the shaman, told me that I was pregnant. And he's right. My son has not spoken to me in years. Thank you. I just wish I could remember Todd's Indian name. It was so cool. It was the sweetest thing. He passed away years ago. So I'm sure him and his grandfather watch out after me. I believe it was Todd that led me to the Arrowhead too. Because the day I was in North Carolina with my uncle, and he was like, hey, did you know that this used to be an Indian grounds out here? And I'm like, no. And we were talking about Todd, and I was telling him about his grandfather. I was sharing that story with him. Yeah. My mom was half Cherokee. So I do know that I've got Cherokee in me. Her grandfather, yes. Her grandfather, which would be my great-grandfather. No, that would be, yeah, right? If it was her grandfather, it'd be my great-grand. Yeah, my great-grandfather was a Cherokee chief. And then my husband, his side of the family has Blackfoot. I think that's right. Indian. I may have said that wrong. But they've got Indian blood in them, so my kids have Cherokee and whatever else mixed in them. Black. I'm almost positive it's Blackfoot. I thought it was strange that his grandfather called me Shadow Walker, because my nickname growing up was Shadow. Everybody had always, even in my family, had always called me Shadow, because I would walk into a room and no one would see me until I would say something. And they always said, you're like a little shadow. You're like a little shadow. You just appear out of nowhere. And then when his grandfather gave me the Indian name of Shadow Walker, I was just like, that is so weird. So I always wondered if that's why I could see shadow people so prominently. The best way I would suggest is to go and have the ancestry DNA test done if you can afford it. My dad just had that done, and I will have to get the paperwork because I cannot remember if it's Irish or Scottish blood we have. My dad's mom's maiden name is McGee, and I can't remember if it's Scottish or Irish. That is so awesome. See, just looking at you, Francis, you can tell you've got Indian blood in you. You've got the features, and I think that's what drew me to you, because you remind me. I think it was in Lou Rock's stream, and he had mentioned you, so I clicked on your name and went to your page and subbed right away. And then I watched one of your videos. I can't remember which one it was, and I was just so drawn to you because you look like one of my relatives. White Eagle Warrior. That is so cool. See, I never even thought about that was my spirit name. Now that you say that, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, you can just look at her and you can see the features. That's what was so awesome. White Eagle. I know Todd's had something to do with a wolf. Oh. His name was not legally Todd. It was something Wolf. And it's going to bug me till I can remember it. Maybe if I hold this, I'll remember. Oh yeah, I was talking to my uncle about Todd and telling him that story, and the light hit something and it twinkled, and I said, well, what's that? And I bent down, and that's when I found the arrowhead. And I told my uncle, I said, oh, Todd must have sent this to me. So if you have a spirit name, Francis, yours would have to do with cats. Something, it would have to be something with felines, I believe. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome back. That's cool. I remember Todd's dad was a tribal leader, and Todd always was like, I don't want to be one. I don't want to be one. I don't want the responsibility. And I told him, I said, no, that is your responsibility. Chatting cat. Because the very first live stream that I watched, I was very quiet. I didn't say anything at first in Francis's live stream. But I could sense like a panther around you, and panthers are not bad. I believe that's your spirit animal, is a black panther. I was told by 2 different shamans that mine was a gray wolf. Yeah, whatever her spirit name is, it's going to have to do with a feline, because I definitely, from the first time that I watched her live, I've got the feeling of a black panther around her. Very protective. I think that's why cats are so drawn to you. Oh, I want to show you guys something. I gotta find it. So, I wanted dowsing rods. And since money is tight, I can't afford, oops, to buy them right now. Hold on, you're not gonna see me. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I see the very first time I saw your live, I'm like, I didn't say anything because sometimes when I see stuff, I'm not always sure that how people are gonna react. So I don't like saying too much. And but yeah, when I saw that Black Panther, I was just like, oh, that is so cool. Okay, so I couldn't afford dowsing rods. So I went on YouTube to see if you could make your own. And so I made, as you see, I swapped myself in the face. They don't like me. I made my own. Well, shoot. Right now they're in a straw. Shoot. I haven't finished them, but I've been playing with them. I don't like to say playing because that's not what I'm doing. You all know what I mean. I'll clear the energy. But I've been trying to practice with them. And you can't see anything I'm doing because my camera is up too high. I'm going to turn you guys just a little bit. Okay. So, yeah. Center. Yeah. Center. 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 I've gotten good at the centering. Show me your yes answer. What will your yes be? Yes. What's your yes answer? They're trying to cross. See, I think because I have them, yeah, they're crossing. I think because I have them in the straws instead of just in my hands. Center. Center. Okay. No. What's your no answer? No. What's your no? Yeah, I said a prayer before I came online because I thought I would try this. Yeah, I get better results when I don't have them in the straws. But my husband has some copper piping. I just have to cut the straws to fit, and then we're gonna put the copper on here so that it's metal to metal. And but yeah, so I've got homemade dowsing rods. I figured the homemade ones would be a little bit better because it'd be my energy running through them and not, I don't know, I'm kind of weird when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, last night I went and I found the Michael the Archangel prayer that you were saying last night, Francis, and I wrote that down. And then there's one I always use. It's a hedge of protection prayer, but I like that Michael the Archangel. So yeah, right now I don't like to say toying. I'm trying to hone in on that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I know I want a laser grid like or the little laser pen like Francis has. I tried. Has anybody tried the apps on their phone for spirit boxes? And if so, have you had any success? Because I have a friend who's on YouTube, and she downloaded a spirit box, and let me see. She downloaded, it was XB7 free spirit box. Yeah, I do know you're supposed to shake them out after every question, and you're supposed to. Bye, Rod. Thank you for stopping by. I have notifications. Oh, whoa. I'm trying to. Because right now, I'm trying to find this stupid app of mine. Not my. My phone hates me. I downloaded it, and it's the same one she uses, and she gets great EVPs through it. I downloaded it and I tried for 4 days and nothing. I mean, not so much as a word. VPE apps are good, says Boomer. Well, if I can get this stupid thing to, let's see. Let's start, we're going to type that in. V, B, E. Look. EMS Ghost Box. Ghost Call. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, the one she uses, she gets, I mean, every time you turn around, she's getting great EVPs. I had it for 4 days straight, and it didn't so much as say bot me. All it did was just and then I tried one, it's a word dictionary type thing where they oh, my mind just not here. It's like a word dictionary. It'll say just random words. There's a name for it, but yeah. It didn't work. Okay, I lied. What it said on it made absolutely no sense whatsoever. It kept saying, well, what was it saying? It just kept saying the same word over and over. And it was this, I said, is anybody here? And it said, I think it said marshmallow. And every question I asked, marshmallow, marshmallow. I hate marshmallows, by the way. And that's all it said. So I turned it off and I thought, okay, we'll do this again some other day. So I tried it again. Marshmallow, marshmallow, marshmallow. That's all this app said was marshmallow. So I deleted it. Then there was one where it says the alphabet. And then the way the app was read is that it goes through the alphabet really fast. And you'll hear a male voice say one letter. And you're supposed to write the letters down. Okay. And then the letters form words. I'm like, oh, this should be easy. Yeah, easy. It wasn't even smart. So I deleted it. But I'm wanting to get, I've got a list of things I'm wanting. But I definitely want to get cards. Did you say you already got cards, Francis, or you're getting cards? Because I missed it, I believe. Most of my subscribers are going to see this video and they'll think I lost my ever-loving mind, and that'll be the end of it. Okay. See, I had a deck of tarot, and that was stolen. Which, if you know anything about cards and you know who you are who took my cards, bad juju. Bad, bad. You never, ever, 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 ever use somebody else's cards. At least that's how I was taught. I don't know if it's true, but I know that you can get false readings from using somebody else's cards. And I like how Angie and M do it, where they just pull a card for somebody. I like that. And then they just do private card readings for people. Sorry, I'm playing like with everything on my desk. Sorry. I ain't drink. Are you doing another live tonight, Francis? I got tired all of a sudden. I was hoping my cat would come out so y'all could see. Oh, you do? Okay. I wasn't sure if you did them every night. Do you go on at the same time every night? My husband may have to give me more sugar. I'll just stop and get some. Okay. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. I know I'm hooked on your live streams. I don't usually get hooked very easily, but like I said, the first time I watched one of your videos, your live stream, I was just like, it felt like I've known you for a while. My husband said it's probably because I'm from Florida. Sorry, I don't mean for there to be a lull. I know, and that's what I told him. I said, she's originally from Indiana. She's not from Florida. And he said, well, you lived in Indiana. I said, yeah, just for a year. He said, so maybe you guys have that connection because of the two states. And I'm like, well, maybe. I don't know. So, I mean, it could be. When I lived in Indiana, it was I lived in Eaton, Muncie, and then I lived on the reservation, which I cannot remember the name of the reservation. I really cannot. And I only lived there for a year. And when I lived in Florida, I was born in uh, Clearwater Hospital, and we lived in Largo. And then I figured you meant school, but school's a bad word. So you just added letters. Bye, Jennifer. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. Lived outside Shelbyville in a small town called Boggett's Town. Shelbyville. See, Shelbyville sounds familiar. When I left Tennessee, it was on bad terms. My family had, my mom had thrown me out of the house. So I was like, fine, I'm going to Indiana and I'm getting married. Yeah. Okay. So I went to Indiana. Yeah. My grandmother lived in St. Petersburg. My aunt still has that house. My other aunt lived in Tampa on my mom's side. My aunt on my dad's side lived in Ocala. That's where I spent all my summers, was in Ocala. So I kind of got excited when I heard that Omar was near Ocala. Then Dunedin. My other aunt lived in Dunedin. I think I'm saying that right. I always thought Tampa was pretty. I Googled my old house address to look to see what the house looks like, and the area where I lived, where we lived in Largo, was called Adams Circle. It was, Largo. It was called Adams Circle, and we were right next to Taylor Park or Taylor Lake with all the alligators. And back in the early 80s is when they had all the, I don't know if you lived there at the time in Florida, but that's when they were having all the alligator attacks on the people at Taylor Lake, and they had to close the park down to get some of the alligators out. And then there was a gator farm somewhere near there where someone had went in and let all the gators out. I used to ride my bike to school and home, and I would have to go by the park to go, back and forth. And this one day I was coming home, and I did not see it until I was coming in the driveway. And as I was coming in the driveway to the house, an alligator came running out from underneath my mom's car. Hi, Lainey. And I had to scream for my mom, and my cousin was there, and he said, just keep pedaling and jump, I'll catch you. And I had to jump from my bike, and he caught me, and he got me in the house, but the alligator chased us to the door. And yeah, mom had to call the police, and it was a 6-foot alligator and they had to catch it, and they took it to one of the wildlife preserves so that I got a new subby. Because it was around humans. And then one day, my dad was going to work and he couldn't get his car to start. So he popped the hood and then closed the hood and came in the house, and he said, nobody's going to school and I'm not going to work until we get game and wildlife out here. And Mom said, why? And he goes, because we have a friend in the car. I saw that. Thank you very much. And Dad called them and they came out, and there was a big snake wrapped around the engine block 3 times. I don't remember if it was a boa or what it was. Yeah, Florida was a kick when I lived there as a kid. Oh, hello, Angel. I forgot to say hi. But yeah, it was a trip living there. We never went to the pet shop to get animals. We had wild hamsters that ran around, so we would catch them and keep them. We had pet parakeets that we had caught. I don't do spiders. I do not like spiders. And I'm telling you, the part of Largo we lived in, tarantulas were really bad. Yeah, tarantula, fire ants, and scorpions. Of course, the alligators and the snakes too, but tarantulas were the worst. I remember coming in the house one day and I told my dad, I said, there's something on my back. My hair used to be really long. I said, there's something on my back. And he goes, well, turn around. And I turned around and Dad said, don't move. Just stay really still. And I'm thinking, okay, not a big deal. And I hear this whop. And then I hear this large thud sound. And I look on the floor, and this tarantula was as big as my hand. And it was on the floor. When I saw it, I was on top of we had a TV cabinet. I was on top of it. My dad said in 2 steps. Oh, yeah, the wooden wolf spiders, they're bad down there too. Yeah. I used to come home with scorpions all the time. Oh, it would freak my mom out. I would come home with scorpions, snakes. As a kid, I wasn't afraid of anything. I would pick it up and bring it home and say, Dad, what's this? I remember one day I come home with a snake, and I was asking because I knew how to, growing up in Florida, you learn how to handle animals. And there was a snake curled up on a rock, and I just reached down, grabbed it behind the head, and I had it in its head, and I come walking home, and I asked Dad, I said, is this snake poisonous? And Dad goes, oh, no, not at all. And he said, just give me a second. And I'm like, okay. He said, don't let it go. And I'm like, okay. I said, do I get to keep it, or you get in the aquarium? He's like, no, we're not getting the aquarium. And he got a big trash can. He said, drop it in the trash can. I'm like, okay. So I drop it in the trash can. He put the lid on it, and it was the red, black, and yellow snake. And I had picked up the poison one. yellow, red. What is it? Red. I don't remember the saying, but yeah, I had the poison one in my hand. So that's when Dad got a book and he was showing me the different types of snakes that I can and I was allowed to pick up and wasn't allowed to pick up. I knew not to pick up rattlesnakes because you could hear the rattle. So I never picked up those and brought them home. But I don't know how many different poisonous snakes home. And different scorpions. My dad worked at, it was a mobile home plant called Suncoaster Mobile Homes in St. Pete, I believe. It closed down before we moved up here. And he would bring home different scorpions to show us the different types of scorpions. You've not seen any scorpions? Wow, that's weird. Since I've been in Tennessee, I know we have snakes around here. I've only seen 2 live snakes. One, I had gotten my husband a boat for our anniversary one year, and I was as a kid. And all the kids were outside playing in the boat, and they come running in, and they started screaming there was a snake in the boat. And so I went out there, and my youngest, who's going to be 18 this year, he was like 5 or 6, I believe at the time, wanted to play with the snake. Well, I didn't know what kind of snake it was because I don't know much about the Tennessee snakes. And this snake I did research on it. It was a black garden snake. And they puff up to makes themselves bigger than what they are to scare off predators. But yeah, I chopped that thing into bits. And then the other snake I saw, I had taken a load of trash to the dump in my minivan, and I never did that again. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to have the kids with me, but my husband got off work early, and I said, well, just leave the kids here with you. And I said, and I'll take all the trash off. So I unloaded all the trash, opened the driver's side door, and there was a huge snake wrapped around the steering wheel, just its top half, and the rest of it was under the driver's seat and behind the van I had. It had the 2 seats up front, and then a long back seat, and then another back seat. But the third back seat, or the second back seat, was out. That's where I had all the trash. So the snake was underneath the one seat that was in the middle, and under the driver's seat, and wrapped around the steering wheel. I don't know what kind of snake it was. It was solid white. It had yellow markings on it, and it had yellow eyes. And I screamed bloody murder. And the guy at the dump was like, oh, she's a woman. It's probably a bee. And I'm just jumping, and I'm like, yeah, I had the one that if you touched it would be dead. But the guy at the dump wouldn't come over, so this old man came over, and he had a small child with him. And I said, don't let your kid come over here. I don't know what this is. And the old man that came over yelled at the guy to bring a shovel. And he said, whatever snake it was that was in my vehicle, my minivan, was not native to Tennessee. Somebody had let this snake out of their house. And I was like, well, don't kill it. And they're like, well, there's no other way to get it out of your van. So, yeah, they killed it because nobody knew if it was venomous or not. And I still to this day don't know if it's venomous. I've tried looking at pictures of it, and I've not found a picture of it yet. But it was the whole body was completely white. And it wasn't triangles, because at first I thought it was a corn snake. And if it would have been a corn snake, it wouldn't have been so bad. But it wasn't a corn snake. Because the yellow on it was... The best way to describe it was pixelated. It was like weird little designs. But those are the only two snakes I've seen since I've been in Tennessee, other than at the zoo. I've heard a couple of rattlesnakes, but I've not seen them. Nope, I'm lying. There was one other snake. When we first moved up here, we were blackberry picking, and I grabbed a vine to move it, and I realized in my hand was a snake and not a vine. It was a green gardener. That was fun. I did keep it for a while until my mom found out, and she freaked out. Dad knew I had it, but Mom didn't. I was hoping Sassy would come out because I wanted Frances to see my kitty. And every time I go on YouTube, she usually is out here. Yeah, I've seen black racers in Florida. I remember those. Why, what does he keep in the basement? Oh, Lord. Yeah, if I see the snake before I'm on top of it, I'm fine. But I'm like you. If I opened a door and there was like a huge snake just laying there, I probably would have screamed and probably peed all over myself, because that's basically what happened at the dump when I opened my truck or my van door and I saw this snake laying, wrapped around the steering wheel, wrapped around my seat and going. Yeah. My first thought was, I actually had a couple of thoughts after they got the snake out of my van. I went into panic mode and broke down crying because I would have had my two kids in the van with me. What if that snake would have been hungry? It could have ate one of my kids, or, you know what I mean. I'm not scared of much, But I do have a funny, you know, everybody knows possums are known for playing dead. I come home from work one night and I've seen possums before. Living in Florida, they're all over the place. But I've never seen a Tennessee possum. And I pull up in the driveway, and I kid you not, I used to have a dog. His name was Scamper. He was part Chihuahua. Not Chihuahua. Cocker Spaniel and Beagle. So he was, you know, a good sized dog. And I pull up in the driveway, and there's this thing sitting there. Mice. I got a mouse story too. You'll just love. But it's sitting there, and I'm like, what the piss is this? And then it dawns on me, that's not a mouse. That's not a rat. That's a freaking possum. I've got double gates, just your regular standard fence gates. The body was half as long as just the one fence, the one gate. And then the tail went on forever. So here the possum is in the driveway, and here I am in the truck, and I get my cell phone out and I call my husband and tell him to come outside because there's this huge possum in the driveway and I'm not getting out of the vehicle. And of course, my husband is laughing at me on the phone. So of course I tell him to go F himself for laughing at me. And I told him I'm not coming in the house until this possum is gone. And the possum had fell over because the headlights, I guess. And so my husband comes outside. Well, I guess he heard my husband and he took off. Well, okay, now I don't know where the possum is, and I still don't want to get out of my truck. So, yeah, my husband had to stand there at the gates and hit it until I could put the truck in park and go. Yeah, we figured out that the possum was eating our trash, and that's why he was so big. But yeah, my husband still doesn't let me live that down. Cheeseburgers and French fries. All right. My husband and I, our bedroom is downstairs in the basement. That's where I am. We've got like a little sitting area where our desks and stuff are. And then we've got our own bathroom. And we've got, the little stand-up shower is all we have. A big hawk. Hawks can be scary. And I'm in there and I'm taking a shower. And all of a sudden I feel something hit the top of my head. And, of course, the first thing you do is, you start swapping. And it's a mouse. I come running out of the bathroom, slipping and sliding, screaming like a banshee. My husband's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, rat, rat, rat. That's all I could say. Yeah, it wasn't a rat. It was one of those little bitty field mouse. It was a field mouse. Yeah, he hasn't let me live that one down either. And then we have what I call mutant basement crickets. I don't know what it really is. It's all I've ever heard is they're called basement crickets down here. It's got a body about this big. Then it has, legs like a daddy long leg spider. But then it has these really weird long antennas. And then it has two short front legs. All I know is it's a mutant from hell. And they like to go into my shower. So there's been times that my husband has come home and I'm like, can you go get the mutants out of the bathroom so I can go take a shower? I will have to try to get a picture of one day, or have him catch one in a jar and show you guys what these mutant crickets look like. I told him, I said, I'd rather live in Florida with the tarantulas and scorpions than these mutant crickets. Okie dokie, Francis. It's gonna be tired. Oh, that was weird. I forgot who that was. I'm gonna have to start wrapping this up because I have to take my son to work here in a few minutes. But I want to thank you all for coming in. You guys have really made my day today. And yeah, I think I'm going to be doing changes on my channel. I may start doing vlogs and maybe just talking about some of the experiences I've had and stuff with the paranormal. And once I get my equipment and my cards and stuff, start doing some card readings. And if I can get a spirit box that's worth a flip, maybe do some spirit box and stuff. And see how that is. See how that goes for a while. But I definitely want to thank everybody. Like I said, you guys really made my day today. Check out everybody's channels. I know that Francis goes live every night. And we have a really good time there. So check her out. I'm going to go check out these other channels that I just forgot her name. Hazel, I thought was who it was. posted for me to go check out. Oh, now I can't find it. Hopefully they're there. Hopefully my chat will be there when I post this too, because I'm gonna post it right after. But yeah, I want to just say thank you to everybody who stopped by, and I hope you all have a great day. And I'm trying to wait till Frances gets back, because I don't want to just leave without saying goodbye to her, because that's rude. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to make more videos, maybe some vlogs or something. I like doing live chats, live streams. It's a lot easier for me. My phone doesn't take very good quality pictures, so I may do some videos on that and upload them. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. Okay, sorry, Frances. I have to take my son to work. But I will catch your live stream tonight when you come on. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I will catch everybody in the next video. Until then, bye from Tennessee.